Okay, so it's Storm Area 51 and then Bugsy Siegel,
Hmm.
which I went to high school with him, by the way.
I can tell by the grays.
What's up, guys, and welcome to Dane and Rob Collect Vegas. I said it very slow because my brain was thinking something else. As we were practicing earlier, it's not Storm the Capitol, so that's what I was thinking while I was saying that. But welcome again. This is episode 7. Dane just confirmed episode 7, and we have two topics to talk about today. One of them will be Storm Area 51, which Dane is what he wanted to talk about. And I wanted to go back to the heyday when I was in high school with this guy, and I should have known what he was going to do. You know, if I could have saved the Flamingo a lot of heartaches. You know, we're going to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Bugsy Siegel. So we have two things we're going to talk about, maybe a little bit rants here and there, of course, because it's not a podcast, a DNR Collect Vegas podcast if we don't go on tangents and whatnot. So Dane, I'll let you start. You're the starting pitcher for this episode.
Okay.
Let's talk about the storming Area 51.
So for me,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to talk about why they storm it, why they wanted to storm it, because they're trying to push that what's in there, right?
Yeah.
They want to know what's in there. Everyone wants to know what it is. We know that it's top secret. We know that it's in the middle of the desert.
Mm-hmm.
We know that it's an army base and stuff like that. We have the little stuff, and we know the myths and the legends and stuff. But
Of course.
there was this one kid that made an online joke about, let's all just meet up in the desert, and they can't kill us all, so
Yeah.
let's storm it and take pictures and figure it out.
Yeah.
And as much as I think that that is a good idea,
It's an amazing
watching the
idea.
doc,
It's an
yeah,
amazing idea,
well,
dude.
it is a good idea. Like, you know what? Like, you can't get us all, kind of a thing. Like, or at least tell us what's in there. But
Yeah.
um, I guess it turned out to be a bad idea because it affected the small community that lives through, like, the town they have to go through, and the woman that owns the little alien inn, the little coffee shop and motel there,
Mm-hmm.
they got bombarded with like newscast and people and traffic and stuff, and
Yeah.
I guess it affected her in some crazy way. So
I don't
um
know how they would have affected her, dude. Honestly, like let's
if you
be
watch the pod,
honest.
or if you watch the documentary, I'll send it to you. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen it or not. I think it's on Netflix, actually.
Okay.
It is. It's like she got business. Her name's all over the news, so like that's a plus. But
Free
I think
propaganda,
that
bro.
she, yeah, but I think that, like, it was just disrespectful people, because there's always a handful of
Oh,
people
of
that have to be
course.
disrespectful.
Of
So,
course.
and the small town community, they like the people passing by to take their pictures and then going on their way.
Move
So
on.
yeah, but these people were not moving on because it was like this very long event, right? Where
Yeah.
people were
Yeah.
accumulating and stuff, and it got kind of out of hand. But
Yeah.
I don't know. She, I guess, won some type of battle, I guess, against it, and it never really happened, but kind of happened. I don't know. There was people that were like ran to the gate and then stopped, and then that was it.
Yeah. But I love
But
the title. I love the title that it came up, and I'm gonna read it. It says
yeah,
Storm Area 51, they can't stop us all. And
yeah,
they can't stop us all always. I don't know if you've ever had a situation where you're at a show or a bar and the parking lot is full, and then you gotta park on the do not park here or you get towed, but you see like 20, 30 cars parked in the same place, and you say, they can't take us all.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so you're like, I can park here. It's impossible for them to take all of those cars, right? So
yeah.
that's what that reminds me when it says they can't stop us all.
Yeah.
All of us, sorry, all of us, sorry. It reminds me of that you park in a no parking zone and there's like 20 cars. Like, there's no
Or by the time
way.
it's your car's turn to get towed, you'll be back.
Yeah, yeah. Although they probably could, I guess. But
Yeah.
that's what that reminds me. But I think the other way. I know there's gonna be some sour apples because there
Mm,
always are. That no matter what you do and what event, it could be a positive thing, a negative thing. There's always going to be those dumb people that go and vandalize or steal or act like fools, drunk fools, and stuff like that. But I mean, I've never been there. Have you been to that area?
yeah, yeah. I got to the little alien, and
Hmm.
then we went to the gates, and it was extremely like you're kind of thinking to yourself, is it was it worth it? We did see the white trucks and stuff. I wrote
Yeah,
about it actually in one of my books, but and like it gives you that weird feeling of like they must have known I
yeah,
was coming here like a day ago because I heard that if you're even like going into the direction of where the gates are,
yeah.
like they've already got you. Like they know like they I don't know if they're on your phones or on your radio or I should have made a tinfoil hat for this one, but um yeah, it just feels like it's that uncomfortable feeling of like, oh, you're definitely being watched, you're definitely being followed. Do I have an exit plan? Like, can I get out of here without? And then you also have to have the thing too, where like they know because of the myth and the legend of what the place is that people are going to visit. So they're expecting people to visit. They're just, they're out of a million people that visit, I'm sure one is going to cross the gates or, try to do something silly
Yeah.
because why not? And then that's why they're there, I'm assuming. But yeah, I don't know. It's for me, it was definitely fun to you don't know what you're getting yourself into. You don't know what to expect, but really, like I looked in the sky for a while and I sat there and had a cigarette and looked around and I was just like, not today.
Well, it's think about it, dude. As a human, we're all human and we all have that curiosity inside of
Yeah.
us. If you go into a place that has all these signs and no drones, you'll be shot at point blank or whatever it is. Um, you start thinking they must have something very top secret. And of
Hmm.
course, your mind starts going. I mean, I have a side story about that kind of goes through this, and I told you personally, and I think Rene personally,
Hmm.
but your mind goes through, like what is it in there? Like I want to know, is there a real alien in there? Do
Of
they have
course.
they do they are they do they have a dead alien that they found and they're cutting him open to see what he has inside? So I mean, all these things go through, and my side story is about the Hoover Dam, how I got kicked out of the tour for saying was is Optimus Prime in here, so that my
Movie buff.
curiosity, of course, and the lady was having a bad day and she kicked me out, so that's a legitimate question, but that's for another day, I guess, but um as a human being, you that curiosity will want to see how far you
Of
can find
course.
out, and
Well, it's the
I put
closest
up
thing
with that.
we have to something that still could be real, like like the Loch Ness monster, probably not real.
The
Bigfoot's
big
probably not
Bigfoot.
real. All that stuff's probably not real. It's probably, everything stems from a little bit of truth.
Hmm.
So like it could have been something, but not what we expect,
Yeah.
because it's 2026. Bigfoot should be found by now. Like we have Google Earth and all this stuff, and same with Loch Ness. Like they scan the whole thing and it's not there. So,
Well,
but
how about the chupacabras, dude? Do you know what a
I
chupacabras
believe
is?
I believe in the chupacabra. I believe in
Okay.
that.
See?
Yeah, yeah, I believe in that. But the thing is, like, there's been proof, and there's definitely it might not look the way we think it looks. We want it to look scary and weird and stuff, but I'm sure it's not that scary looking. Who knows, right?
Well, just like that commercial. I don't know if in Canada they show the commercial of it's a commercial for a auto insurance. I'm not gonna say which one because we're not sponsored by anybody. Unless they want to sponsor us, then yes. Um, it that they call him Sasquatch, and then
Oh,
he
so
looks
yeah,
he looks up and is like, oh no, they call him Bigfoot. Bigfoot. They say
yeah.
Bigfoot, and he's like, my name is Daryl. So it's like that, but I don't even know where that's going. Sorry, if I'm throwing you off, but
No.
yeah, it's the curiosity about finding out what it was, dude, and it's crazy that this the person that you're talking about, his name was Matty Roberts,
Yeah,
and
yeah. A
he did
visionary.
a visionary, a jokester, and I can't believe it got so popular, you know.
Well, I think it was just supposed to be a like I don't know what they say, a troll or um just a joke online that just snowballed into like people actually being like, "Nope, we're doing that."
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but then the thing is too is like I want to touch back on what we were talking about is
Hmm.
that, you know, it is the only place I can think of right now off the top of my head that could hold something that is bigger and more exciting than a Bigfoot or
Yeah,
a Loch Ness monster. Like, I personally believe that, we're not the only ones here. When you look up in the sky, you're literally looking at forever, eternity.
yeah.
So there's got to be planets or universes or something with people that or aliens and stuff that are alive. So do I believe that that location, maybe not now, but at once held UFO crafts, um, broken, not broken, like crashed, or actual UFOs? I believe it did.
Yeah,
I truly believe it did. Now that the place is very popular and it's Area 51, everyone talks about it. I believe that the things that they kept there that were top secret moved to a different location that's not, glorified. Maybe I know that there's different areas in Area
mhm,
50, like there's different like places that they go. Like Bob Lazar talks about it all the time. Um, but yeah, like I'm sure if you went in Area 51 now, you'd see some like top secret weapons and top secret like aircrafts for military.
yeah,
Stuff to hide from people so it doesn't get to different countries to use,
yeah,
right? Like blueprints and stuff like that. And then you also have to have a certain area where the employees are very trusted.
yeah.
So I don't know. I believe that now it's obviously a top secret place and will always be top secret, but the UFO part, I don't think that that's there anymore. But I do believe that on this earth and in America, we have that stuff, 100%.
Well, this is my theory, dude. This is my theory of Area 51, and I've always thought that they are holding the top people in there. And in my list, it's Elvis, it's Marilyn Monroe, it's what's the other one I was gonna say? Elvis, Marilyn Monroe,
Michael
um,
Jackson.
Michael Jackson, yes. And then we have Tupac. I think Tupac is alive and
Mhm.
he's in there. And I had a fifth one, but I forgot that one. But I think these people are in there because Walt Disney,
Oh
is
yeah.
in there because all these people, I think they were working for the government. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's been several rumors that Walt Disney worked for the FBI.
I wouldn't put it past because they have such an influence. And I don't know. You can go on forever with theories, but like that's a good one for sure because where are you going to keep people when they've died, right?
Yeah. 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 So
Allegedly.
that's my theory of Area 51, but I do agree. And it's funny that you mentioned about different sites because it makes me I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, but War Games, the movie War Games,
Probably.
it's an
Yeah,
old
probably.
movie about this kid that hacks into um to the government and starts playing these war games and then makes them go to like DEF CON. Well, I think the smaller the number, the higher I think it is. So DEF CON 2 or 1 or whatever.
Oh wow.
And it turns out it was just a game. And there's this bunker that they go in there, and that's where they put the president if he's in danger. So
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
it
yeah.
makes me think that either this one was that or there's another place. But yeah, I don't know if I completely believe in aliens yet, but I do believe that they're holding something top secret, maybe because they do think that there might be a presence that could put us in danger, and they're
Mhm.
working on it. But the fact that it's so secluded. One, it's secluded, and two, it's very, very, very top secret, and there's so much secrecy, and that makes you think they have to be holding something with value,
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course. And I
and
think
not
it's just
not monetary. I'm talking about like value to the nation, to
like
our national
knowledge.
security, or something like that.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
I think too, like a lot of our people, like if you took, majority of the people will say,
Yeah,
we'll just use America and even Canada.
yeah,
A lot of people right now with their phones and stuff are witnessing with their eyes things that you may not be supposed, like a human might not supposed to see, people dying and you
hmm,
know war and all this crazy stuff, and we can just go on our phones and it's just on our feed, right?
yeah,
So I feel like right now in the world that we're slowly becoming more aware and okay with seeing crazy stuff.
yeah,
But I think that the reason why they haven't said, like the president didn't come on the TV and say, I'm your president and I'm just letting you guys know there's aliens and blah blah blah. The reason why they haven't done that's because they probably think that most people wouldn't be able to comprehend it. They would start buying gas and like looting and doing all this crazy stuff because it could be like an end of the world kind of a situation. But
yeah,
um like, because for me, like, I if the president went on TV right now and said aliens are real and they're going to be walking among us, so just be nice.
hmm,
Like, I need more, information about it, but I think I'd be okay with it. Like,
yeah,
like I'd be fine. Like, it's just like a different race walking around. That's
yeah,
all it is.
yeah. No,
I'm sure there'd
I agree.
be
I agree.
issues, but
No,
but
I agree. But yeah, it's crazy how this thing started because I'm looking at the actual Facebook post that they put. And I mean, fun fact about that, I was reading about that, and it says that there was over like 2 million reservations or something like that. Yeah,
oh
over two
yeah.
million reservations that they made
So
on
how do you
Facebook.
do that? And there's like 16 rooms.
Well, I remember watching in the news that they people came on RVs
Oh, it was like
and
Woodstock for a second. Like, there's a
yeah,
lot of people showing up.
yeah, yeah, and it spread like wildfire through all social media, which was, I think, TikTok was already out, Reddit, YouTube.
Mhm.
It was ridiculous how big it was, but it's funny how a I guess a bad joke can go sideways, right?
Oh yeah. Or just like coming up with a plan but not thinking you're gonna follow through, but like 2 million people follow through.
Yeah,
Yeah, his Facebook group grew in, like, I think it was the fastest it's ever any group's ever grown. It was like
yeah,
5 million or something people overnight, or like in 2 days or something like that.
yeah, yeah. And
Something to sorry, I'll go ahead.
no, no, go ahead, go ahead.
Something to touch on what you were talking about, the celebrities being inside.
Hmm.
Um, One of the theories that I heard was JFK
Uh-huh.
took Marilyn Monroe on a date to Area 51, and died shortly after that date. So people were thinking that she knew too much, she saw too much, so they either erased her or kept her there or brought her back. You
I
live here
mean,
now,
I mean, it makes sense.
right? Because they were too afraid, because she was like this very popular person going to parties. What would it take for her to have a couple cocktails in Hollywood and be like, hey, just to let you know, like, I know it's an Area 51. Like, because that's the thing, no one can keep a secret, right?
That's
Especially in
true.
Hollywood. But I'm sure, they're at those fancy parties and stuff, and
I mean, she gets
one,
drunk one night and,
yeah,
starts saying, "Oh, guess where I was at last weekend? I was
yeah,
with President Kennedy and I was at this area. I don't know if they called it Area 51 back in the day, but this place, this mysterious
yeah,
place
I'm
in
sure.
Nevada, and I saw Shaq and I saw Walt Disney and
But
you
that's the
know,
thing too. Like, he was assassinated, and then she also died of, I believe, a drug overdose,
drug
right?
overdose,
So
just like Elvis.
yeah, so for me, it's, it wouldn't be far fetched to someone tell me that, you know that's what happened.
My
She
biggest
knew.
theory that I am so interested in because I love I love that as me geeking out is they say that Area 51 has been researching time travel and it's in
Yeah.
there,
There's just
you
this
know.
big black hole in one of the bunkers. Just
Yeah. Yeah, something like that, like
they're
Stranger
throwing
Things or
stuff in there.
something, like how they did. I don't know if you've seen Stranger Things, but they have this
Yeah, I
part
have.
where they
Yeah,
go into this warp thing and it goes to a
upside down world or
upside
whatever.
down or the under or whatever it's called.
I think this is the upside down world that we're in right now.
But
The
yeah,
real
dude.
one is gone in the
But think
'90s.
about it, dude. If I can go back and then get the be able to make some bets on some fights and some things and make some money, and then I can
Yeah,
come back to the present, and then all of a sudden, Dane and Rob Collect Vegas has a studio, and has
gold teeth,
gold teeth. We both have
a
gold
crown.
teeth, and all of a sudden, all the guests want to show up to our podcasts because we're
Yeah,
paying them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But no,
I never
it's
know.
very interesting conversation on this topic because I think it's again our curiosity will always get the best out of us, like,
And there's no right answer.
and there's no right answer.
It's
And
just my opinion and your opinion, right?
yeah,
That's all it will ever be until someone decides to come forth with the
until they
truth.
open it up and say, look, it's this where we put all our uniforms. This is where they wash our uniforms. That's all it is, or
Yeah.
something like that, but
It's where we build the casino slots.
yeah, this is where we built the technology,
Yeah.
why not? But it's funny because I was looking at it right now, and out of the 2 million people that actually reserved, between 150 to 200 people showed up near the gate. So obviously, um, most people thought it was a joke. Um,
Yeah.
but
But
still,
people wanted to be
200
part of
people.
this
Let's say
story.
200 people showed up. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's but it's interesting. I love these things. I love fantasizing about, these places where I can't go in. And if you are like me and most people that listen to us are like me, like I'll watch, videos and they talk about this abandoned area or this top secret area. And the first thing I do is go on, maps, Google Maps and try to figure out where it's at. And yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
dig
yeah, yeah.
deeper into it and whatnot, And I think that's most people, you find something that's in your niche and then you start kind of like going into it and trying to figure out why this happened or
Yeah.
what's in there. Maybe I can look at the map and see something that someone has not seen or
Yeah.
um,
Discovery. Like
yeah,
you're a detective and you're everyone's part of it. That's
yeah,
what's cool about it,
yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
Um, I also think that when you're walking around Fremont,
Hmm.
there's a definitely some type of percentage that someone you walk by might not be human, just taking form of human, right?
Yeah,
Like they got to go hang out too. The aliens can't just stay at Area 51. They shape shift into a human.
yeah.
Because when you go to Fremont, I people watch like crazy, and I pass by some pretty questionable looking people, right? Like you even see like the double eyelid go or something like that. You never know.
Or the nuns with booby tassels on only.
They're aliens. They're
They're
not real
aliens.
people.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I mean,
I'll have to write a story about that.
yes, yes. Another idea that just popped in my head.
I'll call it. No, sorry. I'll call it none of your business. That's the chapter.
I like it. I like it. I like it. And you can dedicate that chapter to Area 51.
I'll dedicate it to you.
Oh, even better.
There you
Even
go.
better.
My
If
oldest
I
friend.
can get if I have a personal dedication, man, that I hit it big time. I'm gonna call my mom, Mama, I made it. I made it.
What were you gonna say before though? I interrupted you.
Oh no, no. I was gonna say that all that stuff that you're saying about Fremont, it reminds me of the movie Men in Black,
Oh, for
where
sure.
the Tommy Lee's telling Will Smith like that's not a human, he's an
Yeah.
alien. When
No,
that,
it's not. Like I know that guy for like my whole life, and then did you see like him just switch into an alien? But
yeah,
you know that
exactly.
like you just see people and you're like, there's no way that you're real. Like you
Yeah,
gotta be. It's almost
yeah.
like you want to pinch them or something or
Oh, and also
throw a
another thing,
treat.
I remember what also I was gonna say. wouldn't it be cool if we can figure out a way to do like a live podcast or recorded podcast, but there by Area 51, like right next to the fence?
Yeah. Would we be the first people ever to do a podcast at the gates?
Like we're not inside, like we're literally right outside, and then we're just
Yeah.
there.
And
Because
with the
I've seen
trucks just watching
videos.
us from the
Yeah.
distance.
I've seen videos where people like go around the area and record themselves talking about it, but never
Hmm.
like an actual podcast. So wouldn't that
Well,
be
more of a
crazy?
vlog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be crazy to do that?
Yeah.
And then if we
Well,
see a car passing by, we try to stop him and try to interview him.
interview them. Yeah. Just like, tell us your story. What are you doing?
So what do you do? What do you do here? How long have you been working for Area 51? Anything you can tell us that's what's inside in there? You know?
So that's another thing too, what you just mentioned
Yeah.
is the workers have either two options. They fly in with a special plane that has a red stripe across it, and you can actually see them at Harry Reid. And then there's
Really?
another option where they actually take an all white bus, and that white bus you can always see going through the desert and stuff. But
Hmm.
like that's crazy that you wake up in the morning and you take a huge plane to get to work every morning. Like
Yeah.
that's wild. So they
Yeah.
must do shifts where it's like you're there for the week and then they fly you back out or something.
It's not a bad option, or
But
a
which is
bad
another
thing.
crazy
Yeah.
thing to think of is that there's people walking among us that are like working at Area 51. Like you could be at the gas station, the guy in front of you might has just talked to an alien or worked on a UFO or
Oh, my coworker's an alien.
yeah, yeah, or something, right? Because there's
Or
also stories of I forget who it was, like a Bob Lazar type character
yeah.
talking about how back in the day there was actually an a U or an alien that worked in Area 51 and like showed them how things work and like communicated with them and stuff, and he was like free to walk around and
Oh
stuff. I'll try
wow.
to find the video on that. He actually had a name and everything, and like it
Oh
was a
wow.
big deal.
But by any chance was his name Dane Fleet?
No,
Because I mean,
no,
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Last name Fleet is a little suspicious.
it is kind of suspicious.
And the way you just moved your eyes, kind of like that, you're probably resetting your operating system's resetting or something. I don't know. Maybe I have a coworker that's a alien, you know?
You have a co-host, that's one.
Yeah, yeah. Now,
But
is
yeah,
Ricky an alien too?
I hope not. Actually, because then you know how like you marry someone from the States and you live in Canada, you get that passport, that dual
Yeah,
citizenship.
yeah.
So if I married an alien, um, I'd
That
be dual
makes you
citizen.
that makes
An
you a
alien.
resident alien.
There you go.
Hey!
She might not be happy at the fact that we're calling her an alien, but I don't know.
Or maybe she is. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
true.
what, this is the best test on that. If she watches this part and she kind of gets mad, then you know there's some truth to it.
Yeah.
You know?
That'd be
I'm
so
just
funny.
saying. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
You're only angry because it's true.
Exactly. Exactly. If you get really, really serious when there's a joke and it hit a nerve, or in her case, if she is an alien, I don't know if they have nerves, so who
Or maybe
knows?
more of them.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe she's sending telepathically like messages. They found us, get me out. Okay, okay. Let's stop bashing
Wait,
Ricky because
I have I'll showcase some stuff
Oh
since
yeah, 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 yeah.
we collect things here
Show
like
this part is
matchbooks
a
and
show and tell part of our show, people.
yeah. So I found test samples from the east access gate to
Mm-hmm.
Groom Lake, which is the east gate to Area 51. Don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you can see it.
Oh yeah, 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 for sure.
You can read it. It says, "Warning: Do not open potential alien contaminants." And on this side, it says, "Contains classified top secret soil."
That's about the same size as a shot glass, right?
Yeah, it's about the same height as a shot glass, and inside you can see like actual like dust, dirt, and then you can see like more rocky stuff.
Yeah.
Um, the guy that I got this off of said he actually like crossed the area where you're not like the gate that you're not supposed to go into, because it
Okay.
wouldn't be that interesting if it was just like
The sand or
the
whatever.
dirt from the other side, but like
Yeah.
10 feet over, it's a little bit more um, appealing and rare, I guess, because not a lot of people, have been there. So, yeah, so this is actual Area
So my
51.
question is, did he get shot?
Yeah, he actually, they blew him up.
Oh, okay.
They killed him. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No, I guess it's kind of easy because it's not like the gate's just like, 10 feet long, enough for a car to go by. And then past that's nothing,
Yeah.
right? So it's not hard to just like run over quick, scoop some dirt and head back. I'm sure
Yeah.
like, because I know that they have speaker phones and they'll be like, step away, stop that,
All of a
go
sudden they're
back.
like, spillage
Careful.
on aisle 10, spillage on aisle 10. But
Yeah, so
I
I got
have
a little bit
something.
of Area
I have
51.
something too
What do you got?
from Area 51. This is something that they're studying about. It's this book right here.
You're such a goof.
They actually said that they're studying all the things that are written in this book.
Well, there
And
is chapters in there with Area 51 in it. Actually, there's like a really in-depth story about Area 51.
and what they said, okay, this is factual, okay? Okay? Because I only speak factualities. They said to buy this book because all proceeds go for a good cause. This is straight from Area 51. Okay.
Yes,
They're reading it. You should be reading it too.
written by an alien himself.
Written by an alien and a potential wife alien.
And if you look, yeah, potential. And if you look here, there's an actual chapter called White Trucks, which is about the white trucks at Area 51.
Nice.
And then I believe there's another, in the second book, there's one about Area 51 as well and what goes on.
And I believe this book was written by an alien. You know why, guys? Because there's no page numbers.
Wait, you might have the first, yeah, you have the first edition because this one does at the bottom.
Yeah, no page numbers.
You have a rare
I
book,
got
though.
a full proof because
And there's also spelling mistakes in the first edition,
that's that. Well, yeah, that really shows that you are an
which,
alien.
no, which proves I'm human because we have mistakes.
No, but aliens don't speak English.
Oh,
See?
true, yeah.
See?
Or
But
I'm
it,
dyslexic.
but anyways, I segued a little bit about it. You guys do need to buy this book. You guys need to make sure that Dane gets as much as he can out of these books, which I have other books, which is like this one right here and this one right here. They're very well written. They're very the pictures are awesome. All of them. I really love this one, this cover for the book. It's amazing. I love the back of the first book. I think this picture is really, really cool.
Oh, but look at, so that's the first edition.
Yeah,
Then this is the first edition or the second edition cover, back cover thing.
yeah.
It's just an old man walking down Fremont.
But
But I
this,
use all of local photographers for my covers and the backs and stuff because just try to incorporate everybody.
but again, we will do this as much as we can. I don't care if someone gets tired of us talking about the book because it's a great cost, guys. So please, 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 please purchase the book. Purchase a book for somebody that loves Vegas stories. Purchase it just to purchase it. If you don't like reading, who cares? Buy it because the money is going to a good cause for the October 1st memorial, which is going to be relocated to a, I guess, unknown place closer to the strip or on the strip. Once we have more information on that, we will definitely let you guys know through the podcast. But again, it is very, 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 very important that we help this cause because it's a big passion project for Dane. He has no stake in it. He just, he said the story multiple times. It resonated for him, and it resonates for me too because we both love Vegas. We both want Vegas to be safe. We both want people to go to Vegas and have a good time, and not worry if they're coming back. I mean, if you don't come back because you have no money to come back because you lost your money, that's on you. but not because you lost your life, right?
Well,
And
I appreciate
so,
it, Rob. Thank you.
yeah, yeah, no problem. And I can't wait to read the new book once it comes out.
I
But
have
definitely,
so much. I got so much going on, dude. I got three mini stories that are going to be in book form that comes out that's in the
okay,
same universe, and then I have Into the Meadows 3 coming out.
okay,
Um, the I got two that are coming out uh in October, and it's called Witches
yeah,
in the Meadows. So it's kind of a loosely based around a true story that there's witches in the desert, and then
hmm
they come into Las Vegas and disguise themselves as maids and stuff like that,
nice.
and kidnap people, bring them back to their cave in the desert, turn them into soup,
Oh wow,
get their powers, go back. That's more of like a fun story. It's kind of gets kind of gruesome and scary, and it's because I like horror stuff, right? So I wanted to
oh
write
me
something
too.
that's a little bit more like, you know,
No, that's
graphic.
awesome.
But
Yeah,
the Into the Meadows books themselves, they're family friendly. There's not like there's no swearing and stuff in it. It's all loosely based off of history and characters from Vegas.
yeah,
So if you're into Vegas, you're into reading, it's perfect. So I
yeah.
appreciate it, Rob. Thank you for bringing it up.
No, no, no. Like I said on the previous episode, if it's important to you, it's important to me. So it's something that I will continue to do that. And I mean, the campaign for Jonathan Jossel is still going to go on until we get a response from him. It could be, I now put a warrant for y'all's arrest or something like that, you know. But as long as we don't hear from him, then we
Ooh,
will continue to push on.
a
So
warrant for your acknowledgement.
yeah, exactly. And
Hashtag that. It'll be the only one.
exactly, exactly. And we will continue to do that. So please, people, tag Jonathan Jossel and let him know that we want to be on the corner of Main Street for a small little 10-minute recording that they can add to one of the shows, or they can make a complete show with us. Hell, I would even invite like other content creators that we know so we can all kind of talk about Vegas as
Mhm.
well. So it doesn't have to be just us. Whatever helps them will help us as well. So please, Jonathan Jossel, if you're tired of us, then just give us a chance so we can leave you alone. But I think it's a good cause, and you are a person that loves good causes, that loves Vegas history. So I think this kind of works out for you and for us. So please help us raise some more money for this cause so we can help with the October 1st memorial. Uh, make a big impact to it. You know, I know Dane wants to kind of clean up the area, put flowers, but I feel like that is just a small thing. I want to do something bigger. I want to add a plaque or something
Mhm.
big that will be there
Well,
forever. You know,
the more books we sell, the bigger the impact we can make.
exactly.
I think the biggest impact is awareness,
Yeah,
first and foremost.
yeah,
And that's by getting all the content creators together that day
hmm
and filming a live and doing content around the area to let
yeah,
people know that it is a thing
yeah,
and it did happen and there's a place to visit.
yeah,
But right now my I have a goal ladder, and my goal ladder is obviously, plant some flowers and then get some content creators to come by and just do a little cleanup crew.
yeah,
But if we can do a plaque, if we can do a bench, if we can even plant a palm tree, in memory of the content, or from the content creators and the
yeah,
people that purchased the books to the families and the people that we lost that day. It's an endless idea,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's just based off of what I can do for the books. Like, it's difficult, but you know
yeah.
it
It,
means
it's
something to me, and hopefully it means something to other people too.
but it's part of our history, and we should not.
It's a big part of the story.
Yeah, and we should not just uh, cover it up. You know, it's part of our
No.
story. It's part of the DNA of Vegas now because it happened, and we should talk about it because um, not because of the gruesome things that happened, but because of the memory and the legacy of the people that lost their lives, the people that were heroes that
Hmm.
helped save lives,
Oh yeah.
and for the history, you know, that's part of history. Just like how we love talking about the mob and what we're about to talk when it comes to Bugsy Siegel, that's part of the history, you know, the
Hmm.
good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between,
Unfortunate. Yep.
you know.
Yep. So yeah, thank you for
Yeah,
bringing the book up. I love that about
yeah,
you, that you care so much. And I try to push as much as possible, but you're really helping, because I don't really like to push too much,
yeah.
and you do, and I love that about you, is that you don't care. It's get out of my way. Look at me.
I've done
And I
so many
think that that's
charities, bro. I've done so
no,
many
that's a good
charities,
trait that you have.
and I know that you got to push a little bit, not because of a personal gain, you know, but because it's a good cause. And if I believe in a good cause, I will do it,
And
you know.
I want everyone to be able to scratch each other's backs. And I think that one of the reasons why we were bugging Jonathan is because he's known to scratch backs, right? He's
Hmm.
known to, jump on people's podcasts and,
Yeah,
host people at the plaza and take
yeah,
care of them. And, he's a very people person,
yeah.
and we're people. We're not aliens. So it'd be nice if he can,
Questionable on that one.
yeah, because my back's itchy, and it wouldn't be a bad thing if he scratched it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but no,
I
it's
want to
it's
say sorry, but at the same time, I guess we're not sorry for bugging you.
sorry, not sorry, for sure,
We
for
want to use
sure.
your platform, whatever.
Well, he would understand. I think he would
Yeah.
understand. I'm not speaking for him, but I think he's, like you said, he's a man of the people. I mean, they call
Well,
him,
he grew a platform that's just it's taking over. It's so professional. It's so well done.
yeah,
It's so Vegas,
yeah,
and it suits exactly what I'm trying to do here, what we're
yeah,
trying to do here. And I think that we would mesh really cool to do like a quick half hour, sit down, talk about the book, talk about ourselves for a couple seconds, and then
yeah.
go on our merry way. But yeah, anyways,
No,
we can.
and I think we have something in common because I've said it before in previous episodes. He does not shy away from competitors. He loves cheering the victories from other people because at the end of the day, we're all Vegas. We're all a family. We all want the best for Vegas, you know.
Mhm.
So I think that's why it resonates really good with what he does because we want the best for Vegas.
Well,
We're not how should I say, like we're not, I wouldn't say faithful to one company or one
no,
casino. We
no,
are faithful to every single casino, every single person
yeah,
that brings something to the table for Vegas because we want Vegas to shine, just like
and
how
that's
he
the thing.
wants
Like,
Vegas to shine.
and that's the thing for me. Like, we can kind of drift into this real quick before
Yeah,
Bugsy, is that you get all those videos and stuff about like the strip's dead and Fremont's there's no one there and
yeah,
Vegas is dying and stuff like
yeah,
that. There's obviously a little bit of truth to everything and stuff like that. But if you go to a certain area at a certain time on a certain month,
yeah.
it might be dead. But like,
Of
come on,
course.
the place can't be booming every 2 seconds. But
Nope.
it's obviously been a proven fact, because I watch the lives and stuff pretty much every day from content creators in Vegas, that it's not dead.
Yeah,
Some hotels are not doing as well at certain times, but for me, I just get that horrible taste in my mouth when I see a post on Facebook or Instagram about what's the worst hotel in the world, and everyone's like, Circus Circus is a dumpster fire. And it's like, it's only a dumpster fire because you people make it that way,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Put light on it, put history on it, put architecture on it, put all that stuff on its name, over the fact that, oh, it's trash, it's trash, trashy people and trashy families go there. That's not the case. Like, it's obviously a budget hotel, and it's obviously not as spectacular inside as the Cosmopolitan, but it's full of history. And when you walk in, you get it's a time capsule. It's beautiful. And does it need help? Sure. Does it need more of a modern, like Jonathan Jossel in as a CEO or as management or as whatever that they need? Sure, right?
yeah,
uh, a future visionary with someone that wants to keep that history and that past at the same time. And like we've talked about, someone like Jonathan that knows how to balance new and old. um I believe that places that are not doing too well, I wouldn't say that they're bad, they're just not doing as well,
yeah,
are they need someone like that, right? Like, why not take I don't know. It just frustrates me just hearing about people bashing one place and favoring another. You can have your favorite place. That's up to you. But
yeah,
let's Vegas as a whole, we have to take care of, and we have to speak highly of. And if you
yeah.
see a problem, bring it up to the right person, and maybe it will get changed.
Yeah, if you get enough people to do it or work a movement, then of course there'll be a
Well,
change. Yeah.
think of it this way, like, obviously Jonathan Jossel overheard the fact that there was people that didn't like the fact that it was just pure smoking casino. Well, he made a smokeless side, and now he caters to another type of, clientele. Like, that's smart, and he's listening. So instead of just, not doing anything, if you speak up, there's a good chance that it will get fixed,
Well,
right?
just
So
the fact that they also added that live section in that smokeless
yeah, they actually just did that recently.
yeah,
What was
it
it,
just hit
three
like
or
1,000 subscribers or something like that
yeah,
on YouTube. So, that's awesome.
yeah. So yeah, Jonathan, you're the man.
Yeah, no,
That's
he
it.
is. He is. He's a visionary, and that's what we like. We love visionaries, just like the owner of Circa. That's another one that's a big visionary. And
Hmm.
uh, to close this off, there's a reason why they call him Johnny Rockets, which I totally forgot his name in a couple episodes. They call him Johnny Rockets because who else does fireworks for free?
Oh,
You
nice.
know,
Yeah.
for free. So it's a lot of money they spend on these things on every Friday, and he does it
But
because he would likes to please the crowd. He likes to please the people and give them something to look forward to when they go to Fremont and whatnot.
we want to know why that works and why that's a good idea.
Yeah,
It's because when we saw the fireworks that Friday in front of the plaza, what did we do the second the fireworks ended? We went into plaza.
exactly,
So
exactly.
he's a genius, and all it took was a couple fireworks for us to go ooh ah to, and then we go inside. But yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's really cool to see um someone like Steve Wynn, on his way to that level and doing the things he's doing, and I appreciate it, and it
Hmm.
helps Vegas, so that helps me. So
Yeah, yeah. So to finish off this, please again, Jonathan Jossel, help us out. Everyone tag him and let them know that they want for us to come out in any way, shape, or form that he thinks is best for us. We'll take it. And I mean, the tattoos are still on. That
yeah,
has not changed.
no,
If we do, if he does decide to let us be part of their podcast to promote the book, we can either record ourselves in Vegas getting the tattoo, or we can get it done on the podcast while we're talking to them. We can get that done. So it's kind of like a fear factor kind of show. But
Fear Factor meets Vegas podcast.
there you go. There you go. But yes, we definitely want to make a big dent on these purchases because it's going to help us out, do something amazing for the victims of October 1st, and like I
Yeah.
said, bring awareness, which is the biggest thing about this. Bring
Mhm.
awareness to something that is near and dear and that should never ever ever happen again. Right?
Yep, I
All
agree.
right. All right. So let's change it a little bit because it is a little bit of a sadder story talking about
Yeah,
that on as far as the what happened, right? Not so much the book,
the book is
but
not sad. The book is very positive and very
yeah.
fun.
But the what happened is a little, it's a little sad and well, not a little, it's big time sad. But we definitely want to end the podcast in a high note, which will this brings us to my topic. And I think it's kind of cool to bring this up just because I feel this was a turning point between, dusty desert Las Vegas to what it's known now. Because I feel, and this is my personal opinion, maybe some people think different, that if it wasn't for this guy and his vision of what he wanted, I don't think Vegas would be what it is now. Maybe it would be on a smaller scale or something different. Who
It
knows?
could have been anything. Yeah.
But I think he's one of those pioneers, for good or bad, that helped shape Vegas, which is our best friend Bugsy Siegel. Okay. And just a couple of things about him. He was born in Brooklyn, of course, in a rough neighborhood, which kind of makes sense why he was a mobster, right? But he started with street crime, of course. Pr- he did protecting the rackets, bootlegging, and this happened during Prohibition. So he started very young, doing a lot of crazy things in Brooklyn, And so, what do you know about Bugsy Siegel yourself, Dane?
I know that he did not like to be called Bugsy.
That's true.
So if he was around right now, you'd be whacked. He'd be my friend.
Yeah,
No, I learned this on the movie. That's not. It's loosely based on his story, but
yeah,
they really capitalized on the fact that he hated being called Bugsy because who would want to be called a bug, right? Like,
yeah.
so he liked to correct people and say my name's Ben. Um, Another fact about him was, well, wasn't he a movie star too in Hollywood?
He had connections in Hollywood. Yeah,
Connections to Hollywood, yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know if he was in any movies, and if he is, I'd like to go purchase those movies and add them to my
Uh,
collection.
yeah, and I think what more than anything, with his connections to to not Vegas, to Hollywood, was that he hung out with a lot of celebrities
Hmm.
uh, from Hollywood. So I think that's part of it. Of course, he was a person that cared about his image because I don't think there's a picture, and I could be corrected if I'm wrong, that he was not in a suit or very well dressed. So he really did
Oh,
care
so
about his
well
image.
dressed.
So
Yeah,
I think that had to do also with the Hollywood thing and whatnot. But yes, I don't think he came out in a movie. We could both be wrong. Maybe he was. But he was definitely hanging out with, top ranked celebrities of that time, you
yeah.
know?
Um, the thing was is that he wasn't around long enough to have these interesting, weird facts to document, and didn't even really have a lot of pictures. Like there
Yeah.
is pictures of him, but not a lot, right?
Yeah.
Because of his death was so cut so short. But
Yeah.
interesting guy because he was feared by everybody. He was one of the first ever like kind of muscle guys in the mafia or the
Yeah.
mob. He kind of shot first to ask questions later, which
Yeah.
kind of brought that dark cloud behind him. I think an interesting fact for me is that you see this guy that's killing people and a mobster,
Yeah.
but at the same time, this really bad guy has a vision for a hotel that's pink and flamingos and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Um, that to me is kind of it's the last thing I'd expect. You'd expect like black leather and you know it more to be like a classy place, which it was, but like more of like a manly, classy, like cigar room kind of style,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
not more of a Miami theme. Um, Real quick, just to jump into something was
Yeah.
originally this wasn't Ben's idea to begin with. Kind of, he kind of pushed himself into it.
Yeah.
There was a man named Billy Wilkerson that originally had the idea of the flamingo,
Yeah.
just didn't have enough money to do it. So the mob came in
Hmm.
and it was their visionary and their money that took over to make the flamingo.
Hmm.
But I know that and I have my opinion on it, which is kind of cool to like, pick and choose what you think. But
Yeah.
a lot of people think that Bugsy Siegel named the flamingo after his girl because she had long, skinny legs like a flamingo.
Okay.
But the truth that they say is that Billy Wilkerson already named it the flamingo, just loosely based off the fact that he liked birds.
Okay.
So you can, and then I think that also I forget her name, it slipped my mind, but Bugsy's girl, she had red hair, and I think that it kind of looked like a flamingo when she was going by, kind of a
Yeah.
thing. So it makes for a good story. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's true or not, but for me, I think that Billy had the name and everything there, and they just came in and we got the idea. Let's keep going with it
Well,
and
yeah,
push it out.
the theory makes sense because
Yeah.
he came in after the fact a little bit,
Mm.
not from the beginning, because yeah,
Yeah.
they started running through money problems because there was delays for the resort. I mean, it was supposed to cost the construction of the ball of the of the construction of the actual um, hotel was supposed to be about $1 million, and it went over $6 million.
Yeah.
So that just shows you that they weren't prepared. So definitely, I think there is a good theory on that, you know. But even at that, he had such a great vision for it. You know, it was the first
Oh,
true resort style
unbelievable.
casino on that strip, which was, I mean, at that time the strip was nothing other than dirt for the most part. You know,
Yeah.
um, first combined casino, hotel, and entertainment, having the entertainment side being part of kind of the main vision other than gambling, obviously, you know. So I heard that this was inspired. Well, I didn't hear. I read up somewhere that it said that it was inspired by a European luxury and hotel kind of glamour, both
Hmm.
combined, you know, which makes sense because he had ties to Hollywood, but
Yeah.
I don't know where the European side came from. But you know, it makes sense, you know, because if you
Mhm.
look at the Flamingo once it was constructed, it was very high luxury compared to
Yep.
everything else around, and it definitely brought that Hollywood vibe as well, right?
Oh, for sure. And it was, everywhere else had sawdust on the ground. Like Fremont was pretty much a place where horses could just walk in, you know.
Yeah,
And I know that Bugsy also, I think it was early 40s before the Flamingo,
yeah,
they already had their foot in the door at El Cortez.
yeah,
And obviously, he's all over the walls there and stuff. And when we visit, but I guess that they got their foot in a few places first, but the
yeah.
big visionary was the Flamingo, where there was no sawdust on the ground, there's no horses out front. It's all classic cars, or new cars, I guess then. But and then also it's the gamble casino and then stay. They want people to
Yeah.
stay to gamble longer, which like oh wow, is such a smart thing back in the day to think about that in like the early 40s and stuff. Just how can we get these people to gamble more? Oh, to sleep over. So they build some rooms and stuff. But like, and also having a pool and stuff in the middle of the desert, it's just, I don't know. For me, that's such a cool vision. Not even for Bugsy, just for anyone that took part in that vision. It's just, that's so cool that now you go there and it's like some futuristic, crazy version of it.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, like you said, who would have thought that they would put a pool in the middle of a desert and cause, you know, so much attention, you know? So
Yeah.
it's his vision, I think. Again, his vision of what he wanted. He was a mobster at heart, but he also was an entertainer, I guess, in a way. You know, he wanted to make sure that his guests were entertained and they wanted to come back.
And like
But
even just like a proper host too, right? So, and then I guess we can move on to like what kind of happened to him. But
yeah.
we can actually the so for the opening,
Yeah.
the Flamingo opened what was it? Boxing Day. You guys
Hmm.
do Boxing Day?
Where?
Do you know what Boxing Day is? The day
Like,
after Christmas?
is that when people start returning crap?
Yeah,
Like,
like returning stuff or buying things for a little bit cheaper. There's like
oh, yeah,
deals.
yeah, yeah. I don't think they
Yeah.
call it Boxing Day, but it's more like I think they call it like uh there is an actual name, but it's more based on how people get presents and then they return them.
So here in the north, we call it Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. So, anyways,
Nice.
they opened up 1945. Nope,
Yeah,
46 Boxing
46.
Day,
Yeah.
and I guess the weather was horrible. Everyone that was coming from Los Angeles, like the planes were coming in, and it was pouring rain. So it didn't do as well as they wanted it to. Um, I know that they did a grand opening a year pretty much to the day, um, which is kind of cool. But you can probably finish off what happened and why.
Well, it for my research that I did on opening day, there was a lot of big like how should I say it? Like there was a lot of things that went wrong. Like you said, it
Yeah.
one part of it was the weather. It
Hmm.
was very dusty. There was rainy, and there was a lot of flight cancellations. And
Hmm.
obviously, these flight cancellations cause a lot of the high rollers not to show up, which is the
Mhm.
bread and butter of the operations of a casino
Especially on a grand opening, right?
on a grand opening. And I mean, that's still true to today.
Today, yeah.
If you know the win doesn't have its top ranked gamblers not show up within the year, then it gets affected, right? In a
Oh,
small
for sure.
percentage,
Yeah.
probably now. But imagine if it affects a casino now in a, let's say, 10% of operations. Think about it in 1946
Mhm.
when it's the only casino on the strip, the only big casino on the strip compared to the, mom and pop casinos or motels that are around. And your high rollers don't show up. It's gonna take, I would, I mean, top of my head, it's probably like good 75% of what they're expecting to make, right?
Yeah.
So that affected. And then the biggest thing that I found out reading a little bit on that is that um, the staff was not ready. The staff was not ready for they weren't prepared. They had a lot of issues with, what they had to do and stuff like that. So obviously, operation wise, it wasn't ready.
Mhm.
And the hotel itself was not fully finished. So that caused a lot of problems with the opening of this casino, and that really affected in a big way with the Flamingo. So
Yeah.
the opening day was a catastrophe to say the least. I wish I was there.
Oh, yeah,
I
for
wish I was
sure.
there to see this.
Well, I'd be keep pocketing a bunch of chips and stuff because now I know how much they're worth.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, those were some of the things I found. I don't know if you have anything else to add to what I said, but it was not expected to what it would be now. You know,
Well, the other thing too is it's the first time it ever happened. So how do you expect anything? It's just
yeah,
the first time. So um, even if the weather was right, you know, people, how do you prepare yourself for a grand opening of a hotel casino in the middle of the desert for the first time? Like you
yeah,
just you're kind of throwing dice at that point. But um, he, I guess he did the best that he could.
yeah.
That's how you got to go with that.
And then funny thing, dude, in 1946, after it opened and all these things just went south, right? In 1947, I don't remember the exact date, but in 1947, it shortly was open again and reopened, and it was successful. But the funny part, by
Mhm.
then, Bugsy Siegel was already murdered in Beverly
Yeah,
Hills,
yeah.
so um, I don't know. I can only suspect that it was he didn't bring the numbers that was expected to his boss, because mostly believe that that his death was ordered by his mob boss, right?
Well, because he was spending too much money on his vision.
Hmm.
But the thing was, is that if they're not going to have the same vision as him, obviously, because everyone's different. But
Yeah,
if they gave him a little bit of time,
yeah,
they would have found out that it was successful. It was good ideas. Be patient. Put a little bit extra money into it because
yeah,
how do you know how much something costs if it's the first thing you're ever like you can only loosely base it off of what they had on Fremont,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And if something costs 40 grand to make in Fremont, then they're gonna say, okay, well, something better should cost 1 million. Well, no, like to put a pool in the desert and to maintain that and have hotels and parking lots and gambling and restaurants, like that's got to be more than $1 million back then.
yeah,
But the thing that's crazy too is that like to this day, it's 2026. That's a long time since the 40s. And
yeah,
it's still in the center, in the same spot, doing really, really well.
yeah.
Right.
And
So,
and and that does definitely bring up what still matters about this whole vision, right? Because even though it's been I don't know, I can't do good math, but it's been forever, you
mhm.
know. Flamingo still stands in the same place, like you said.
Well, he has a
And
restaurant with his name
yeah,
there.
yeah, and that's how they
There's
pay
the
homage. Yeah.
Bugsy bar. Like
Hmm.
that's where I go to have a couple of drinks just because it's like
Don't
a
don't they have a
tradition.
speakeasy? Is that the one?
Yeah, it's called uh Bugsy and Mayor. Mayor
Okay.
Lansky.
Okay. Yeah.
Or yeah, so it's that. But if you open up a certain door,
Hmm.
it leads you into a speakeasy as well. But it's actually like a little restaurant area thing. It's
Nice.
right by the Havana Club or the Havana Bar.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
when I was with y'all at your hotel that
We
one
walked
day.
by the speakeasy like a
Yeah.
thousand times, but we never, I didn't know then until later on I found out that that door I kept walking by was,
Well, on a side note, veering a little bit, taking a detour to on our subject, I think on our next trip we should try to do a challenge to go to as many speakeasies and
well, we only went to
document.
the one
Yeah,
at
the what was it
Resorts
called?
World, Hello Kitty or Kitty
Hello
Kitty.
Kitty. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Um,
It was a nice one.
yeah, it was classy. It was really cool. I know that we're going to the Mob Museum, so we can go to the one in the basement there. We
Yeah.
just got to find the code or the
I don't
password.
think I don't think they do the code anymore. But I
Really?
could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Well, we'll still knock and give them a code. We'll say, DNR Collect Vegas. Let us in. um, but yeah, so like, there's even a statue with Bugsy in the back. So like, they're paying homage to this, this guy that went for it and didn't give up. So
Yeah.
like, even though Billy Wilkerson had the idea first and he started it, he kind of gave up,
Yeah.
you know. He kind of went into it with like not enough money. Who knows if his vision would be as big as
It
Ben's.
would have been another El Rancho,
Yeah. Oh, for
you know.
sure. Yeah. And like, you know what? There'd probably be some massive new hotel there now if it was somebody else. But
That is true.
because of the rich history with the mob, with him as a character, like it kind of is the root that's holding the flamingo there still.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of cool to think that one guy's little vision and the fact that he went for it
Yeah.
still is there today, and people that don't even really know much about the Vegas history kind of get forced to know it when they
Yeah.
visit or stay at the Flamingo.
Yeah. Now, are you calling him a small guy because he was small as a bug?
No,
Hmm.
I'm just using it as the example of like one person out of everything in this big city. It's small, right? Like
Yeah.
if you stand up to the city, you're tiny compared to it. So the fact that this one guy, one tiny little person, stood up to the challenge, it's really cool.
No, true, true. And it takes vision, right? And we've
Mhm.
had several visionaries that have shaped Vegas. I think he
Oh,
was
Benny
one.
Binion,
Yeah.
Jonathan Jossel. Um,
Win,
who's the guy?
Steve Wynn.
Well, Win is, yeah, he's the greatest. But
Um,
who's the guy that owns Circus Circus that also did Excalibur and
oh
Luxor?
my God, his
His
geez, I
name
forget his.
always. But
Yeah,
anyways, he's a
yeah.
big deal too. Yeah. But
But
there's
but
these
we
main
can even go to
characters.
the beginning when and I also forget his name. He used to own airplanes. What's his name?
Oh, Howard Hughes.
Howard Hughes.
He was a
He
visionary.
he was a
Yeah.
big visionary for
Yeah.
Vegas, you know. So there's so many visionaries that have shaped Vegas, and I believe Bugsy Siegel is one of them. Maybe not all for the
Oh, even
best,
Oscar
you know.
Goodman.
Oh
Oscar
yeah,
Goodman was a, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He is history. So
So it takes these type of visionaries to be able to shape Vegas for what it is. And like you said, the Flamingo became the blueprint of Las Vegas, you know.
yeah.
It provided the luxury, entertainment, gambling, which was a massive success till today. Because if you look at all the hotels nowadays, most of them have the luxury, check, entertainment, check, gambling, check. So
Yeah.
it's still the blueprint that he created back in 1946.
It's still the same.
It's still the same, you know?
Yeah.
And like you
That's
said,
cool
it's
actually.
the oldest operating resort on the strip.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you that, you know, he shaped Vegas definitely to what it is today. You know,
Hmm.
and again, everything that he did in a bigger scale, obviously, because everything has to change for something bigger, but it still is the blueprint for operating a successful casino in Vegas.
Hmm.
So
Well, I find that kind of crazy that like touching on what you just said is that I never really thought of the blueprint
Yeah.
of, every name one place. It's like you talk about the Luxor, they have the gambling, they got the stay, which
Hmm.
is the pyramid, and then they got people like the Blue Man Group and Carrot Top.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And then everything else around it,
Hmm.
you kind of um you build onto those blueprints. Like you pick your restaurant, you pick your theme, you do your parking and your water and your
Yeah.
pool and stuff like that. But that's all little stuff that adds on to those main blueprint things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to like think about when you scan your in your mind through the strip and through Fremont,
Yep.
how people are using their blueprint,
Yeah.
right?
And just to, because I just found this, because I was kind of curious about what you said about the name of the flamingo. And based on what I found, it said that it was named by his girlfriend, which his known girlfriend was Virginia Hill,
Virginia Hill, yeah,
and because of her long legs.
yeah,
So that's what I found. Maybe if someone else can find something else, they can always leave a comment right below, like
yeah.
always. And I do have some questions for the viewers. Do you think Bugsy was a visionary, or was he over his head?
Just selfish too, right?
Self, yeah. Or did the mob overreact over his vision? And last question I would like to ask is, how different would Vegas be if the Flamingo failed, if it never reopened in 1947? So those are the questions that I have for the viewers,
Good questions.
to see if they can chime in, and I want to hear, I want to see, or not hear, I want to see what they have to say, because it's they're seeing our point of view, but we would love to see their point of view. What do you think, Dane?
Well, I think this whole podcast has been about point of view and opinion. Like,
Yeah.
what's behind the gates of Area 51,
Mm-hmm.
and also the person that, kind of started that snowball
Mm-hmm.
for Vegas. What was he a bad person, like you said? Was he a visionary? Do you think they should have just left him alone and let the Flamingo ride it out and put money into it? Um, yeah. Also, another good question is, do you think that the guys that took over the Flamingo the second he passed away, which is a fact, the second they found out that he did die was when they walked into the Flamingo and said, we're the owners now. We're taking over.
Yeah.
And it was still his mob, but different guys. Do you think that they did a good job?
Yeah.
Because they kind of, that snowball effect where like it constantly grows and grows as it rolls, like they kind of took it and kept rolling with it, right? So I personally think that once he passed away, they just kept his vision
Yeah.
and they realized, oh shoot, it's working. Let's keep going with it, right? Because to this day, it's kind of the same thing. It just looks different,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like the flamingo's the flamingo, no matter how
No
you
matter
change
what.
it.
No
It's
matter what.
it's it's the beautiful pink theme. It's like that Miami and what was that other theme that
European.
you European theme. Um,
European
Obviously, when you go into the
Hollywood and whatnot. Yeah.
yeah, when you go in the back, you feel like you're kind of in Beverly Hills or Hollywood
Yeah.
with the different pools and the shapes and stuff back there. So I don't know. There's a lot of questions, and a lot of answers for you guys to
Yeah.
give us because
I,
I'm
I
curious to
really,
see what other people think.
yeah, I really would like to see some engagement there by our plethora of followers. What do you guys think? What's your opinion about this? But either way, I challenge you guys, whoever goes to Vegas soon, next time you're walking on the strip, just remember it all started with one guy who looked at the desert and saw something that nobody else did, right?
Hmm.
I mean, I would have passed the desert and been like, it's hot as hell. I need to
Keep
get out of here.
going.
You
Keep
know,
going.
but he saw something in that desert, and now you're standing or sitting, standing, walking by, sleeping in, whatever it is that you are doing in the flamingo, swimming, not stealing flamingos, please.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. But next time you're on the strip, you're there, please try to remember uh what was there and try to envision yourself making those
Yeah.
decisions as Bugsy did. Um
And
and
look into the
you know
history when you get there because there's
yeah.
lots of plaques and stuff about Bugsy
Hmm.
and you can go inside too and they got all the information at the restaurant and speakeasy that they have there.
Yeah,
But it's obviously a quick Google and you can definitely learn more about it.
for sure, for sure. And we're at the end of the podcast. I think we hit I think this was the most like perfect podcast where we went through all our points without really getting out of hand
Well, we
in
could
our
talk about
tangents.
random stuff if you want. Like,
I'm always happy to do that. Unless if there's nothing else we need to talk about, I do as always I do have some housekeeping for our buddies that watch us. But if I mean, what do you want to talk about? Do you have anything else you want to talk?
the only thing I could think of off the top of my head, because it's obviously my lunchtime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, our trip is June 13th to 20th.
Uh-huh.
We're staying on Fremont,
Nice.
and I contacted Casey, and Casey is going to be in town.
Yes.
So that's Wall
When is he
Street.
showing up?
He's going to be there. I think he leaves on like the 16th or something. So we're going to be there a little bit longer than him, but
Yeah.
he's going to be there the same time. So we were talking about maybe jumping on, having him come on the podcast,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
we'll pick wherever you stay or the Golden Nugget where I'm at, or he's staying at the Flamingo,
Nice.
and he's staying at the other half at the MGM Grand.
Okay. Okay.
So we're
Okay.
gonna get the band back together, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I right now tentatively I'm still staying I have my 4 free nights at Mandalay Bay, but since I want to stay a couple more days, I was thinking of staying there and then maybe getting a couple days at Fremont, kind of
Yeah,
changing it
yeah.
up. So maybe
Well, you
that
got
might
time
be
to
it.
figure it out.
Yeah. If not, we can definitely figure out which one. Honestly, it all comes up to who has a better Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because I do want a couple different angles and stuff. I want to try to make this podcast a little bit more special than this. Because the other thing too is that we're going to actually be in the same room together,
Yeah. Yeah.
so we'll
Yeah.
have to
And
set
I'll
up.
I'll have all the equipment ready. I will be
Yeah,
practicing that because I've never done a multi-person podcast in person because when you do it like this in this format, everything's basically done for you. You just
well,
connect your
do I look
microphone
at
and that.
you or do I look at the camera?
No, so I've been watching a lot of like in-person podcasts, and my goal is to have like my computer, which is the camera I use, to be the
Yeah,
main one that has both of us, right?
yep.
And then I have another camera, and maybe by then I'll have the other one, which is pointing one at to you and one at me. So when I do the editing, these cameras will change, but you're
Hmm.
always looking at me. You know what I
Well,
mean?
because we're having a conversation, so I'm definitely going to be talking to you. It's going to be so hard not to like look at the camera,
Yeah,
but
yeah. But just think
I think
about
it'll
it
be
like you're
fun
having a
because
conversation with somebody and there's no camera,
yeah, yeah.
you know?
But there's going to be people watching and stuff because, like, I don't know. But regardless, I'm super excited for that.
Yeah.
It's one of the main things I'm excited about.
I am
Um,
gonna ask Mandalay Bay. I am gonna reach out to them and see who I need to speak to see if they have an option to lend us a room, like a
like an
luxury
event
room
space or
or an
something,
event space to where they
like an
have
office, or
but they have a good Wi-Fi that they secure for their staff and stuff like that.
oh, they have to, yeah.
So I'm sure we can probably be able to use that one because if we use the one that they offer for free, it's not the best.
No,
It's never been the best in any hotel unless
no,
they fix that, which you would think because they charge you a resort fee for a reason. So
yeah.
I would hope that they work on that. But I really want to find a better way for us to have a really good podcast experience. And I think if I reach out and tell them, hey, I do a Vegas podcast. I'm actually going to have some guests. We're
Mhm.
thinking of doing it in y'all's property. Is there any way you guys can facilitate like a nice suite just for us to use it to record? I don't have to stay. I'm not asking for a stay. That's a plus if they do. But I really want to see if we can, have some really good visuals.
Hmm.
You know?
Well, I think it'd just be really cool to say like coming to you from fill in the blank in Vegas. I think it would really change things up a bit for us and get us a little bit that next rung
Yeah,
on the ladder. And
yeah.
it's good for everyone else to watch too. Like we want to give good content, so
That
why
is
not
true.
do it live from one of random hotel in
Well, even
Vegas.
at that, it may another option is Jonathan Jossel. Lend us the Oscars dome, the little dome there, and
That'd
do it.
be asking. That'd be
We could
crazy.
do it really early. That way, it doesn't affect their operations.
You
And
know where else I was thinking? And I know we try to get their attention too.
uh-huh.
They're awesome. We can do the podcast inside Evil Pie.
That is another option, of
Wouldn't that
course.
be neat?
That would
So
be
if
neat.
anyone's watching from the Plaza or Mandalay Bay or Evil Pie, and they want to give us a space for an hour and a half or so,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
reach
no,
out.
for sure. And that brings up another thing. I'll add that to my housekeeping. We reached out to Evil Pie for them to be on the podcast. They gave us an email, but we have not received a response. So please, Evil Pie, if you are actually watching this, please reach back to us to our email. We're big fans. We're big fans. I
Oh,
think 80% of
we're
our
coming for you no
meals,
matter what.
yeah,
So
80% of our meals, I feel that's what we ate.
I
So
probably ate like 9 pounds of wings and like 7 slices of, and I wasn't even staying on Fremont. I was staying at the Flamingo. So for me to be eating there pretty much every day, it's a pretty big trek to have some wings and pizza.
But yeah, that's I guess we're already at the housekeeping thing. So yes, Evil Pie, please respond to our email. We really want to know have you in our podcast because you're part of the Vegas history and we are history buffs about Vegas. So I think it's a big part of downtown and we definitely want to have you guys on, talk about your history and whatnot. Respond to our email. It would be great to set
And we can
something
even
up.
have it there
We can have it there.
at the
Yeah,
bar.
yeah, for sure. That would be awesome. And the last housekeeping is the same thing we had last time. I'm not sure. I need to re-listen our last episode to see if it got better. But I don't think it did because we're still within the same amount of subscribers. 77.9 of you are not subscribers. 77.9. So only 22.6 are. So we need to change that. We need to have more subscribers watching. Not that I don't like non-subscribers because obviously those new people, but you guys need to hit that button, that
Hit
subscribe
it.
button. So please like, share, subscribe. Please always we want new people to watch us, listen to us, which I
And tell
think
your friends.
and tell your friends. And
Mhm.
another part that something that I just came up, this episode and the previous one are gonna be on Spotify video as well. So these will be already also
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Perfect.
in our visuals as well. So please like, share, subscribe, give this to a like-minded history buff that loves Vegas as much or more than we do. And anything cool happening over there on your side, Dane, before we leave?
The weather is finally in the pluses. It's no
Okay.
longer in the minuses.
Okay.
So that means spring is kind of here. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, just every day, just getting through it, waiting
Okay.
for my trip,
Of course. And
and
just so
buying
you,
stuff like dirt from Area 51.
other than that, did you just buy that recently?
Oh, I bought it about 3 weeks ago
Okay, so you've had it
because
for a
I
little
came
bit.
up with the idea that I wanted to chat about it on the podcast. So I
Okay.
thought, why not have something to showcase for it? Plus, I'm trying to start more of like a rare one of one or something that people would like to see, like a little museum.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of stuff, but I wanted to have like a little display somewhere else in the house where it's like, actually I have this really cool thing. It might be a spoiler, but it kind of like goes with what I'm saying.
Hmm.
So I want like a one of one this, a one of one that, some dirt from Area 51. Um, but something that I actually have in the mail, I actually have a lock of Elvis Presley's hair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that certified?
Yeah, it comes with a certification. It was his hairdresser that would cut his hair at the what was the place called? It's
Graceland?
Westgate now. Pardon me.
Oh, no. Graceland is in Memphis. No,
Yeah,
the
Westgate
Westgate. Yeah.
International. What?
International. Yeah.
Yeah. So he used to cut his hair weekly before the shows and stuff, and he actually took a bunch of the clippings and has
Wow.
dished it out. into certain like memorable pieces and stuff. So yeah, that's one of the last things I can purchase before my trip because I only have one job and not 30, so I have to watch the crazy stuff I buy.
So
But yeah,
so
I'm trying to
from
start a
now
little
till
fun museum.
June, you're in the no spend zone.
Yeah, nothing. I can't even eat. I'm gonna wither away.
Well, when I see you in June, you're gonna be thin, really thin. So hey,
Evil pie. I'm gonna go straight to evil
I,
pie
I'm
and
I'm starting
gain
to
all
sense
back.
that the person that's gonna take off his shirt in front of the $1 million is gonna be you now.
Ooh, I gotta get one now.
I think so too. I
Boy.
I, I agree. I agree. But if on my side, nothing major has. I'm also getting ready to purchase my flight. Um, but
Oh,
yeah,
you should talk about your other podcast.
my podcast, I have a running podcast called Rob on the Run podcast. It's finally gonna start. I took a sabbatical, let's say, of
Mhm.
what, 3 months? Wait, we're about to be in April, so almost 4 months.
Yeah.
It actually restarts April 1st. So that's exciting. I do have some cool guests lined up for my podcast, which is more of a running well, not more. It is a running podcast. So I'm excited to start season 4. I can't believe I mean season 3. Sorry, um, it's crazy. I never thought it would be at season 3. You know,
That's
but
awesome.
it's finally showing up, and it's kind of cool to be able to restart it. I did lose a little bit of momentum there. You go through your mental struggles, your day to day stuff, but finally, I think I'm in a better place, obviously, because this is what the third podcast episode we've done in the span of what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, we really ramped it up. We got like what's it called? We're stockpiling. You free, I'm free. Let's chat. But no,
Yeah,
it's good though.
yeah.
It's good that we can sit down and do this hobby and this world that we're trying to get into. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
nice
fun. It's
because
fun.
I can be talking about silly stuff. So this is what I like to talk about and
Well, we
makes
do
me
talk
happy.
silly stuff at the same time, but
Yeah,
it's
that's true. I was actually going through some of the videos, and like one of our thumbnails is like me, you, and Britney Spears, and I'm like, why is Britney Spears in it? And I forgot that we
hold
talked
on, I
about
haven't
the
even seen that. Let me see
yeah.
that.
It's
It's
one
one
of
of the
our
shorts, right?
yeah, it's one of our shorts. And I was just going through. I'm like, when were we bantering about Britney? But it was about the that necklace that she threw off at the end of the her music video or something with the Titanic.
Oh, yes,
Really
yes, yes,
random,
yes, yes, yes. Now I
so random.
remember. Yeah, yeah,
But
I
how it
remember.
has anything to do with Las Vegas, I have no clue.
Oh, I
Was
think I
it when we were
remember.
talking about the Luxor?
We were talking about the Luxor, about
The Titanic
the
thing, I
Titanic,
think.
and then I
Yeah,
made a
yeah.
dumb joke saying about was the lady there, the one that threw the heart of the ocean,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you said
yeah.
something about Britney Spears. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
now.
because someone went down at the end and got it for her. I don't know. So strange. What a weird topic.
Yeah, now I
See, that's the
remember
thing that I like about this podcast is that it's like we're talking about Bugsy Siegel in Area 51, and then it goes off to like who knows.
about a running podcast.
Yeah, well, you gotta promote yourself too, right?
No, I appreciate you giving me a little bit of the platform on a
Well, you said you
non-Vegas thing.
mentioned earlier that it's getting to that close part for you to start recording or pronounce or announcing it. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm sure when this comes out, you'll be very close to it coming out. So
yeah. No,
yeah,
it
it's either
literally.
out now or
Yeah, it will be
in the
out already,
future, or
because
yeah.
as of the recording, today's Monday. The recording comes out next Wednesday, so for sure, or this Wednesday. Sorry, not next Wednesday. This Wednesday.
Oh
So
well,
yeah,
we have a podcast 6 isn't even out yet. This is
yeah,
7,
yeah. So
so
six will
we
come
might
out
need to
to
bar
Wednesday as well. Yeah,
tomorrow.
no,
Okay,
Wednesday.
all right,
Yeah,
okay. Well, regardless, whoever's watching this and likes to run, likes Vegas, and likes everything that we talk about, then yeah,
yeah.
go check out his podcast.
No,
And you can put
it's
a link up too if you want by
sure,
then.
sure. No, no, no
Yeah.
problem, no problem. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's my thing that's going on. I am recording. Today's Monday. I'm recording one Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think Thursday. So I'll
Oh,
have
cool. So you're
three
busy on
episodes.
that.
Yeah. So everything will be good for that. But yeah, I'm excited. We do have something lined up on this podcast. We're bringing an old friend of ours. Not going to say the name because then there's a spoiler. But we are bringing a good friend of ours that will be talking to us about random things. I guess I don't know. I'm not. I don't want to give
Oh,
too much spoilers, but
yeah,
we
yeah,
will have a guest, our second guest, because technically we already had one guest, which
yeah,
is Dane's
an
love of his
alien.
life, Ricky. You know, my future ex-wife. Just saying that. You know, I'm gonna. You know what, dude? I should
I
stop
know.
doing
I
that.
already know. I already know what you're gonna
I
say.
should stop doing that because one of these days I'm gonna get in trouble with my wife. So it's all jokes. It's all fun and games. But yeah, she was our first guest, so technically he's gonna be our second guest. But
Yeah.
that's all we're gonna give for that. Other than that, any comments, thoughts, anything else, Dane, before we finish this long episode, which I am tired of talking to you.
I don't want to see your face anymore. I'm starving. I got pizza waiting for me. I'm excited for one last thing is we came up with a new closer kind of goodbye for the podcast. So take
Dang,
it away.
you're really putting me in the spot, dude.
We need a new little thing, right? So there
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
Say
yeah.
it.
Well, anyways, so if there's nothing else, I have nothing else. Dane has nothing else. We talked about Bugsy Siegel. We talked
I'm
about
done.
Area 51, not storming the Capitol, so it's Area 51. We got evidence, which I would pay $100 if Dane takes a shot, like just takes a shot of that.
Of the dirt.
A hundred
It says
bucks.
don't even open it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Nothing will
Maybe another
happen. You're
time.
Canadian. Nothing will happen. You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
You know. But anyways, guys, here comes the new outro for you guys. So basically, for the meantime, guys, keep collecting the stories and see you in Vegas.
See you in Vegas.
Bye.